Good morning, everyone. This is Royce coming back at you with yet another one of my mom's recipes, or it might be my grandma's recipes. It's more of just a family recipe in general. It's a comfort food. It goes good on cold days, and it's a little bland, but it'll keep you full. Today on the docket we have chicken noodle, not chicken noodle soup, chicken noodle. This is basically a tuna casserole, or tuna helper, but with chicken instead. I believe this is a dish my grandma Cindy makes a lot. It's a very simple dish. Um, as you can see, not a lot of vegetables in it. Very bland. It tastes like Campbell's chicken noodle soup, but with real chicken instead of those little weird chunks that Campbell's has. It's also cooked to heck because it is very mushy. So, funny story. Tonight was originally going to be me trying my mom's chicken korma on camera. Or no, pork tikka. She made a pork tiki masala. I think I've tried her chicken korma on camera before. Um, but I didn't realize she had only sent one container of it. C'est la vie. Que sera sera. However, today being St. Patrick's Day, which I'm glad none of you were here since I'm not wearing green, my brother and cousin went over to my grandma and mom's for a St. Patty's Day dinner, and this was on the menu. Which, I think is actually pretty true to life. This is definitely a very, wholesome, old school cooking kind of thing. Like, this is just noodles and chicken. Cheap, easy, tastes good. I do think my grandma might have used a little, either stock or, bouillon cubes. Bouillon cubes are cheaper, but I do prefer stock because it gives it a better texture to me. Um, it's funny. I was talking with someone about St. Patrick's Day, and I was like, yeah, I always heard that the reason you wear green on St. Patrick's Day was to ward off leprechauns because leprechauns can't see green. And then they said that, and then my brother says that it's because of the delineation between Catholics and Protestants. Catholics were green, Protestants were orange in Ireland. I don't know how true that is, but then they were talking about how St. Patrick, the snakes he drove away from Ireland, was actually the pagan faith. And St. Patrick is a lot older than I thought. Because you see, I always thought that St. Patrick was from the Middle Ages. You know, the 12 to 1300s or so. Now, it turns out he's actually from ancient Rome. And, the story goes he was captured by Irish pirates and was held captive as a slave for several years in Ireland. But then did missionary work and converted the pagans to the Catholic faith. Which, I mean, I don't know. I just kind of preferred the mythology of it. The idea that a man single-handedly drove every reptile from the island. But the reason that Ireland has no snakes is just because it's a northern climate. Whereas, and then of course, another thing Ireland allegedly doesn't have is wolves. And, the reason behind that is supposed to be the Irish wolfhound. A giant beast of a dog bred specifically to, chase wolves and guard livestock. Apparently great around kids, but, that's about it. Very protective animal. Which then makes me think of the beast of Gévaudan, which was a wolf that attacked several people in the Middle Ages. Why do we think of chicken noodle as a good, sick time soup, though? I think probably because it is just such an easy thing to make. You just throw a bunch of stuff. I mean, even before Campbell's was canning, or made canned soup such a easy thing to find. What am I trying to say? Chicken noodle soup was, chicken's pretty cheap, egg noodles pretty cheap. Throw it all in a pot with some veggies, boil it until it's cooked. Excuse me. Plus, boiling chicken, while it is probably the worst way of cooking chicken, is the only way that you're not going to overcook white meat. Since, it's kind of hard to dry out something when it's cooking in water. Although, I bet people have done it. I have some very bad cooks in my family. Thankfully, not my mom, not my grandma. Or my uncle. He's actually a pretty good cook himself. He does some damn good rubs. Anyway, and also, thankfully, hopefully we'll be getting back to our regularly scheduled BS soon because I talked to my cousin. We apologized to each other. We sat down like adults, and he got paid. So he paid me the difference in the thing, or he paid me the difference of the rent, since I did pay the lion's share of it. And he was even willing to pay me the late fee back too. But I said, no, I incurred the late fee, I'll eat that. You know, it's this is this is what we do. We communicate. We are adults. We sit down, we have a conversation, we state our case. Um, and I apologize for the names I called him. He apologized for yelling at me. Man, and someone was saying like, "Oh, you're e-bagging," and I'm like, "Dude, I haven't asked for a single cent this entire time." And that's because I was, you know, I have other options besides you guys. If I were really desperate for money, I could ask my dad for some money. I could ask my mom for some money. I don't like asking my mom for money because she doesn't have a job anymore. Um, I could ask my sister for money. She's a city councilwoman. I can even ask my brother for money. I actually technically make more than him currently, but well, his stuff will pick up soon. Anyway, I still gotta do my taxes too. You all have a good one. This is Royce Miller. I'm out.